Hello friends, welcome to my channel Powerpack Wrestling. In today's video, I will give you a brief overview of the match lineup and provide a quick review of WWE Smackdown. The show kicks off with the Usos making their way down to the ring. Jay takes the mic first. He says he's feeling good after what went down last week. He adds that family always has to stick together, and Jimmy says that Jay made the right choice. Jay says that he still loves his cousin Roman Reigns, but after 3 years of doing his bidding, they aren't happy with being disrespected. The Usos say that Roman is their family and they can always forgive him, but they can't forgive Paul Heyman, the biggest snake of them all. Jimmy says Paul Heyman always says he has the utmost respect for them and their family, but he drove a wedge in their family. Jay adds that at Money in the Bank, Solo and Roman will be welcomed to the USO penitentiary. Jay adds that at Money in the Bank, Solo and Roman will be welcomed to the USO penitentiary. Moving to the next segment. Rey Mysterio vs. LA Knight. LA Knight is dominating the opening moments of this match. LA Knight takes Rey down with a shoulder charge following an opening flurry of offense. Rey hits back and quickly nails a 619. LA Knight manages to roll under the ropes, but Rey hits a baseball slide dropkick, and LA Knight crashes out to the floor. LA Knight is still in control. He takes Rey down with a neckbreaker. Mysterio hits back with a senton and takes to the air, hitting a crossbody for a 2 count. The fans are split here, and just a testament to how popular LA Knight has become. Rey goes for a moonsault but gets caught in midair. The WWE legend turns it into a DDT instead and gets a 2 count. Mysterio goes for a second 619 but LA Knight catches hold of him. He can't hit a backdrop but hits the blunt force trauma instead. 1, 2, 3. LA Knight wins. This has to be one of the biggest scalps of his career. LA Knight defeated Rey Mysterio. LA Knight tries to unmask Rey Mysterio after the match, but Santos Escobar chases him away. Moving to the backstage segment. Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman are walking backstage. Solo clearly isn't in a good mood. He sees Ridge Holland and takes him out with a Samoan spike. Adam Pearce and Sheamus are there to check on Solo. Pearce wants a word with Heyman while Sheamus walks out and challenges Solo to a match later tonight. Moving to the next segment. Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey vs. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire title unification match. Shayna Baszler and Alba Fire start things off. Fire forces Baszler to tag out. Fire and Dawn are all over Ronda Rousey now. They get a near fall as Alba Fire now turns her attention to Ronda Rousey. Baszler interferes from ringside now to buy her team an opening. Alba Fire kess Rousey down with a dropkick and creates an opening. Baszler tags in and cuts Fire off before she can make the tag. Fire boots Baszler away and makes the tag. Isla Dawn comes in hot and she's all Veer Baszler and takes out Rousey on the apron. Baszler locks in the Karifuda clutch, but Alba Fire leaps off the top rope and breaks it up with a Swanton bomb. Fire and Dawn go for a double team but fail. Rousey and Baszler lock in simultaneous submission holds and pick up the win. That was a great effort from Fire and Dawn, but it just wasn't enough. Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey win. Rousey and Baszler call out Raquel Rodriguez, who was on commentary. Raquel says she wants a rematch and Liv is back. She comes out and down to the ring. Moving to the next segment. Pretty Deadly are guests on this week's edition of the Grayson Waller Effect. Elton Prince declares that the Grayson Waller Effect is better than the Co Show. He now calls out Co and Sami Zayn, saying they are busy bickering and trying to fit their egos on the same team. He now declares that Pretty Deadly will still be running the tag team division in 10 years. Pretty Deadly now run down the opponents they beat in last week's gauntlet match to become #1 contenders for a tag team title shot. Street Profits music hits and they interrupt the segment. Moving to the next segment. Pretty Deadly vs. Street Profits. Kid Wilson and Montez Ford start things off. Street Profits dominate the opening stages of the match. Dawkins tags in and takes Wilson down. Elon Prince now tags in and Pretty Deadly double teams Dawkins. Prince heads to the middle rope and leaps off. Dawkins catches Prince with a right hand and takes him down. Montez Ford tags in and sends Wilson crashing over the top rope. Montez now tries on Prince's top before Street Profits dive over the ropes and take out Wilson and Prince. Back from the break and Kid Wilson has taken control of the match. He hits Montez Ford with a backdrop from the top rope. Both men tag out. Dawkins comes in hot and he's all over Prince. He takes Prince down with a spinning elbow and follows it up with a flurry of offense. Near fall. Street Profits double team Elton Prince again, but Kid Wilson breaks up the pin attempt. Dawkins takes out Wilson at ringside. Street Profits go to finish P. Rinse off, but Wilson pushes Montez Ford off the top rope. Prince now rolls Dawkins over for the win. Pretty Deadly defeated Street Profits. Moving to the next segment. Charlotte Flair vs. Lacey Evans. Charlotte takes Lacey Evans down early and then boots her in the head. Flair then hits Evans with a series of chops. Evans hits back and heads to the middle rope. She misses with her moonsault and Charlotte is back in control. Evans goes face first into the turnbuckle. Charlotte Flair takes Lacey Evans down with a big boot. She now locks in the figure 4 and forces Lacey Evans to tap out. Charlotte Flair defeated Lacey Evans. Moving to the main event. Solo Sikoa vs. Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. A strong start from Sheamus has Solo reeling early on. Sheamus goes for an early brogue kick, but Solo rolls out of the ring. Sheamus follows Solo outside, but it turns out to be a bad move. Solo takes control of the match briefly as we head back inside the ring. Sheamus hits back with a couple of big shots. He then boots Solo in the head and pulls himself up to the top rope. The Celtic Warrior now nails a flying clothesline but only gets a 1 count. Solo hits back with a series of strikes. Sheamus replies with a back elbow followed by a nasty lariat. Even Paul Heyman flinched after that one. The match spills out to ringside again. Solo nails Sheamus with a Samoan drop to the unforgiving floor. Solo Sikoa is in control of the match. Paul Heyman signals to Solo to finish it off. Solo charges at Sheamus, who explodes out of the corner with a clothesline. Heyman looks stunned at ringside. Both superstars trade right hands. Sheamus now nails Solo with an Irish Curse backbreaker. Solo now rolls out to the apron and Sheamus starts to smash him with the 10 beats. Paul Heyman looks very concerned. Sheamus goes for the brogue kick but runs into a superkick. Sheamus bounces off the ropes and nails a knee to the jaw and covers Solo for a 2 count. Sheamus hits a white noise but can't get the 3 count. He now goes for a Celtic cross but his back gives out. Solo nails a Samoan spike and Sheamus goes crashing out of the ring. He now slams Sheamus with an Uranagi onto the announcer's table. He looks done. Solo has Sheamus placed on the barricade, takes him out with a running hip attack. The barricade has been destroyed and the referee calls for the bell. Sheamus is out. He needs medical attention. Solo Sikoa defeated Sheamus. Solo looks like he isn't done with Sheamus just yet, but the Usos' music hits and they confront Solo in the ring. Superkick from Jay. Superkick from Jimmy. Double superkick and Solo is laid out. We get a double frog splash from the Usos to finish Solo Sikoa off. What a way to end SmackDown.